Welcome traders, Dr. Keith here. Happy September 5th or 6th, depending on when this video actually gets out to you all. Happy Labor Day weekend. So again, the markets are closed on Monday. I wanted to get this video out to you, and then I'll give you an update on Tuesday, and we'll go from there, folks. Okay, so I'm going to have this combined video, being that it's a holiday weekend. So let's first focus here on the Forex markets, okay? So US dollar, Japanese yen. Well, actually, let me do open trades first. So the only open trade on the Forex market right now is the US dollar, Mexican peso, right? And I went in early, right? And I explained why with this nice move coming. We were consolidating, and again, I had a combo long, and then since then it's been drooping down here, but I love this support here. So if we get wicked out, if that happens to, on Monday or Tuesday, Monday, the Forex markets will be open. But anyway, if that happens, I'll wait for the Laguerre trigger long before I enter again, okay? But I'm going to enter long if I do get stopped out. But you never know. This can gap up. There's a lot of things that can go right for us before it were to go wrong, okay? Okay, so we also we were trying to get filled on the British pound Kiwi. So British pound Kiwi. And you can see here, I wanted to get filled at this price level, and it didn't happen. I am going to cancel the order. I was hoping for a quick move up, so I've canceled it. I do like the uptrend, but you can see from a seasonal, we do start heading down soon. So even though this was an uptrend, a retracement, consolidation, this could break either direction at this point, okay? So if I was going to go long at this point, I would wait for a Laguerre trigger on the daily, but I've canceled this order. It's no longer active. So some of the trades I do like coming up. Euro yen. Again, volume's going to be lighter on Monday, folks, for Forex, so I'm not taking any new trades. I will look Monday night, obviously, for Tuesday. But I love this uptrend on the Euro yen. We love the seasonal. If you want to be aggressive, you can definitely get in. If you look at the 4-hour trigger here, we had one basically right here. And at this point, we've just been consolidating, okay? So I do like this to the upside. I'm just not ready to quite get in, being it's the holiday weekend, okay? So I'm going to click on SIG FF here. Okay, this is futures Forex. This is a 1.5% move here. So you can see here on the British pound cable, we're only really looking for shorts at this point, right? The problem is we've been in a big uptrend, okay? So again, I'm going to wait on this. I'm going to wait for a lower high before I look to take this, but I do like this as a potential short coming up, okay? Same with the Euro US dollar, okay? So we're going to get some, some Euro US dollar, British pound US dollar weakness coming up here soon. We can just be patient. Okay, so as far as long plays here, you can see that peso's got the big move coming. US dollar SEC, again, has been huge consolidation, but as I mentioned, I love it long, but I don't want to fight this monster downtrend until we get a higher low. Okay, so I'm just hanging out on this, not doing anything. Okay, you can see here on the US HUF. Okay, so here's a great example now. It looks like we're having the breakout. We've got the seasonal long now until, almost December. So now if this retraces back, then we get a trigger long with a higher low, I'll take that one, okay? That's the more conservative approach. So no new trades on Forex yet, but we'll keep an eye on it. Let me also talk dollar index for you, big picture, okay? You can see here, we're getting close to a bottom, end of September roughly, okay? So I'm hoping this keeps coming down, right? We've only been looking for shorts. And I will look to re-short with opportunities here if we get an extension back up. But at this point, the good move coming is right around October, the long dollar play. Okay, and let me see. I'm looking at any other bigger moves coming up here. US CAD, let's talk about that again, right? So we've been patient. We've talked about this, right? Massive downtrend, even though we're right at the beginning of a new move up, typically from a seasonal. Laguerre thinking about it, right? But until the Laguerre actually triggers, I don't want to take this because of the massive downtrend. And again, if you want to be super conservative, you'll miss the first trigger, look for the high or low, then take it, okay? So we'll keep an eye on US dollar CAD. All right, now let's talk futures. All right, so futures. I'll talk big picture here in a minute, but interesting here, you know, we've been talking about crude oil, right? And we know typically crude continues lower now, okay, until mid-November, right around Thanksgiving, okay? From a historical perspective, we had a beautiful trigger right here short, right? Which I mean this bar right here. Again, I didn't take that only because I'm waiting for a lower high, okay? Again, I'm gonna keep drilling this into everybody. You can, if you took this, you follow the rule, the only danger is you're fighting this massive trend, right? So again, I didn't take it. Let me delete that and make it easier to read. Okay. Bear with me. Okay. So what I did, bear with me, I'm trying to delete the junk off the chart. Interesting. There we go. Okay. So now what I'm waiting for is this. Come on down, come back up, and then this will be lower than this. That's our entry, okay? And yes, you can wait for another Laguerre trigger, or again, you can go on the 4 hour. I might do that, okay? Because what we don't know yet is it's just gonna hold here, right? Again, massive uptrend, but from a seasonal, we should be heading lower, okay? So I'm waiting on this. I'm not jumping the gun at all. And we'll kind of play it by ear this week to see, you know, how it goes. There's plenty of opportunities, a lot of other markets, okay? All right, RBOB. So again, same thing, exact same thing. Heating oil, okay, it's already started like it should. Remember, we have over a 5% move coming over the next 40 days. So when we get another trigger short, another great opportunity for us, okay? Let's look to the long side here. Some of the bigger moves coming here. Natural gas to the long side. Again, love this trend, love the seasonal. The only thing you need to do here if you want to get into natural gas, in my opinion, go in off the 4 hour at this point. Okay, so the last trigger was right here. Okay, now you just need another trigger long on natural gas. Again, markets are closed Monday, so I'm not going to do any new trades until we look at it Tuesday morning. Corn, another nice trend coming up, right? So you can see here, we've got some really nice trending markets coming, and a lot of them are in the direction of the trend, right? The trend is our friend, so this is good stuff, folks. Soybeans, look at that, okay? Soybean meal, same thing. So we will get pullbacks, and then we can look to enter, right? We talked about oats last week. You know, it's going to be a great play long. I am waiting for that second trigger. Cotton, same thing. Just want to continue to head higher is what it wants. Sugar. So we've had this decline, okay? Let me clear this out for you. So now this could be a beautiful long play. We're just waiting for a trigger on the Laguerre at this point, okay? Uptrend, retracement, extended past the bottom band. This could be one of my favorites coming up here on the long side. Okay, so let me talk first about, let's grab the Dow. So let me sort this by YM. Okay, so I had a couple emails on Thursday and Friday just saying, hey, Dr. Keith, do you think we're getting ready to have a big fall? And again, nobody really knows, okay? So be careful when you're watching videos. Every time it happens, we have a day or two decline, the sky's falling, right? And then they all go away when it hits the bottom band and bounces back up. So be careful with news. Here's what we're really looking at, as I mentioned last week. Massive uptrend in the Dow and the NASDAQ. right? And the S&Ps, okay? So this is telling you something. There is buyers coming in again right at this band, okay? Could it eventually roll over? It could, okay? I'm not betting on that. I'm still bullish until it proves me wrong, and then I'll get bearish, okay? But I don't think it's going to happen. I just don't. Sentiment has shifted a tiny bit, but retailer traders are still much more short than they are long, so that's bullish for us, okay? But Friday, this told me a lot. Potentially, this is holding again, folks, okay? Yes, we have a trigger short, so I didn't execute any new longs Friday afternoon. I did do a Tesla play, and I'll explain that here in a few minutes long, but it's a longer term play, and I love the entry, okay? But it was a longer term option play. So I'm still bullish. Retailers are still bearish, okay? The only asterisk is we are getting a trigger, but even when we got it here, right, it didn't last long. Here, didn't last long because, again, you're fighting that massive uptrend, okay? Now, bonds. Remember, we talked about this, that we made money. Actually, let me go to the ZN, a 10-year, because we made money on this trade, okay? So what happened was we got in, it hit profit target 1, so we eliminated our risk, went 3/4 of the way to profit target 2, and it didn't quite get us filled, right? So then the second part of the trade got me out of break even, okay? But it was still a nice trade here. But my favorite trade is actually bearish. So I was hoping we didn't get this big candle down because I don't want to go in now yet. But I am going to look to go short bonds or 10-year notes, okay, or TLT, or ETFs that are bond related, TLT. I'm only looking for shorts over the next couple weeks, okay? Just waiting on a new trigger. I don't want to go in right away with that big candle down, okay? All right, so let's take a look what else we have. Lumber. Okay, lumber's been doing some weird things. The thing about lumber is it's very illiquid, so you got to be careful. But with a Laguerre trigger, we're down here. Okay, lumber's going to head higher. So if you have it in you, you're okay with low volume. I trade this all the time privately. Okay, look at these beautiful moves, beautiful seasonal. Okay, just be careful with it due to the low volume. Okay, so let me sort by SIG and look at some more. So again, we talked about sugar. Again, we talked about the dollar index. Okay, I've been staying away recently on HE just because I'd rather have the long play in late October. So let this retrace on its own. You Bitcoin traders, interesting enough, this is pretty bullish as well. So if you like to trade Bitcoin, that 10,500 is holding. If the Laguerre starts heading up or a 4-hour chart, you'll probably hit new highs here soon on Bitcoin. Okay. Okay. So other than that, again, I'm bullish, still bullish. Coffee's just been, we talked about it in June. We're looking for longs on coffee. We've had 2 great triggers during this time frame on the combo. Okay, 1, 2. That's why I love the softs. They follow seasonality about as good as it gets. Okay, so again, I'm not going to have any new trades going in until we open up on Tuesday. All right, now let's talk stocks. All right, stock market. Tesla. Okay, so I got in on Friday basically at the open. Okay, well, a few minutes after the open, as I was originally setting alerts trying to get filled, price declined on me, and we actually got a better price, didn't we? Which sometimes luck will have it with that, right? But basically I got in the 420 strike I was filled at 96.50 when originally I was looking to get in at 100, but as I sent the alert out as I was getting filled, it was 96.50. Okay, a lot of you probably got filled even better because by the time you got the alerts and if you did the trade. So again, I understand this is an expensive trade and some of you couldn't do it. Okay, what I recommend in those cases is paper trade it. Okay, there's nothing wrong with paper trading just to get used to it. But let me explain why. Remember, this is a January expiration. So even if this could have continued down, okay, this was a longer term play. I want to get on this one a 200% return, folks, okay, on at least part of my trade. So it came down after we got fill. I was down like 15%, and then we closed up, okay? Again, that's why I love to swing trade over day trade. You can't focus on the markets every second of the day and then, you know, freak out, okay? So again, very bullish. I love Tesla, folks, okay? It's going higher. Even if it goes lower first, it's going higher. Between now and January, it'll be higher than 500 bucks, okay? So I love this trade, but I also realize it's an expensive trade, right? I'm basically risking $9,650 for one contract, right? So you could do debit spreads and so forth to make it cheaper, absolutely. But this is a longer term play for me. And as I mentioned, it's one of my favorites. Look at the seasonal coming, okay? All right, so again, that's why I did that one. And I don't do many of these public because of the, you know, I know a lot of you won't do them and shouldn't do them. But I just wanted to show you that, you know, as you grow your account, these are some of the opportunities you can look at, okay? All right, so where are we? So again, when I'm looking at like the spiders, just like we talked about earlier with the futures market, in my opinion, this is bullish, okay? I mean, buyers came in towards the end of the session yesterday and said, oh no, let's stick to that 20 period moving average. We have a nice seasonal play. So anything's possible. You know, we got elections coming up. There's some volatility, but I like it higher. Okay, retailers are still shorting more than they're going long. Okay, enough of that, right? So what are some of my favorites coming up? Well, AGEN. Okay, again, look at the seasonal, folks. And here's a potential entry, right? We'll look at this on Tuesday because we're getting a discount. So if the markets continue down, we'll even get a better discount, right? You know, maybe it comes back down to $3 before we bounce with a Laguerre, okay? Well, I'm keeping an eye on AGN. All right, Alaska Air, I know, again, some of you are still in this. Nice, solid trade. You know, it didn't do a whole lot even with the down day, initial down day on Friday. So this is a bullish stock, folks. These airlines are bullish like they typically are year after year. EWBC is another good one. Okay. ROST, I closed that, right? We made money on the first portion, then it stopped me out of break even, right? I will definitely look to re-enter here on ROST. Let me show you one I'm watching. One of my fantastic clients called me up on this one. I said, you know what? Yes, I love Hormel Foods. So again, look at this. Look at that power of wicks right around that 50-34 level. Okay, with the Laguerre trigger, we already got a stoke early, right? Look at that seasonal play on Hormel. So very possibly Tuesday, we'll be doing a long play on this. The only thing I don't like, if there is one thing I don't like, is from here to here, you know, this is the area where you want to make your money, okay? Typically when you hit a new high, you'll retrace. So if we get a new high, we'll probably retrace. Even though it's going to be a higher low, more than likely, we'll get those retracements. So the thing that would make this more perfect if we had more room to run up here to those highs. Does that make sense? Okay. So again, one of my favorite trades coming up there. All right. Hawaiian Airlines. Again, another airlines are typically bullish this time of year. You can kind of pick one based on what you like there, okay? Let me bring up some of the FANG stocks just to show you. So Netflix. Again, man, when you can get discounts right now on Netflix, I mean, look at that beautiful move coming, right? You don't want to catch a falling knife, so I'm not saying you should have got in here or here. Nobody knows what's going to happen, but that's positive. So, you know, we just got a trigger short. Okay, so what I'm waiting for is to see what happens, and then we can look at a 4-hour trigger long. Okay. Google. I can type today. Same thing, right? Almost looks like the identical chart. Facebook. Same thing. You get what I'm getting at here? Apple. I mean, if this isn't a great entry, I don't know what is, right? We had the split. You got a retracement after the recent highs, right? No, I'm not going in this publicly yet. I don't have a trigger. We don't know how this may curve on Monday or on Tuesday though. Okay. But what you can do is even look at the next 4 hour. Okay. So let's look at that real quick. Ah, look at that. Let's see what happens Monday. I'm sorry, keep saying Monday, Tuesday at the open on Apple, right? Hint, what do you think? Yep. So what are some plays? Let me go back to the daily. So what are some potential plays on this? So if we go to the trade tab on Apple, so seasonally it's forever, okay? So you really can kind of pick your price on how far and how expensive you want to get. You know, I like something like January. There's plenty of volume, okay? But you're going to risk, again, if you get in at, let's say you can get it 14 bucks, okay? One contract, right? And let's say you get in at $14. You see that? 1,400 bucks. Okay, I think that's a potential great opportunity. Do you think Apple's not going to be higher between now and January? Okay. So that's a great opportunity for you. You got plenty of time if it does retrace more, right? But again, I'm not going to get in aggressive. I want to see, you know, exactly what can happen. But I think we're going to get a 4 hour trigger when we open up on Tuesday. Okay, unless there's a gap down in the futures market. So just some food for thought there. Feel free if you have any questions to reach out. Again, I'll send you an update Tuesday. Have a great rest of your weekend, folks. Good luck. Take care.